Hello and welcome to this latest in a series of videos that are basically taking you through all 18 moves of the Shibashi set. Before I start, can I emphasize again something I said last week? For your personal daily practice, please just stick to the smooth set that I demonstrate in these videos, which is only 5 moves long, because that is energetically balanced. My aim with these videos is to introduce you to each of the 18 moves in order, so that you then, and at the very end, I will then do a video which is just me doing the 18 moves set in front of the camera for you, which you then will have the option to either do the short set or do the long set. These videos will continue, they'll have a different theme, but you can use any of the video to develop your own personal practice. Move 7 of the Shibashi set is called Balancing the Ball, and I will just demonstrate it for you briefly here. One of these moves that is asymmetrical. There are 3 parts to this move. The first is gentle dip on one knee, and then a gentle dip on the other knee. So I generally start by dipping on my left knee, and then next move I'm dipping on my right knee. So the second part of the move is, as you dip on the left knee, you raise your right arm up to shoulder height, raising it up on the in-breath and letting it float down on the out-breath. Very simple. Please look at my hand. The move is called Balancing the Ball, and you need to have your hand in a position so that as if you are holding quite a large ball in your hand and trying to stop it falling off. That open hand, slightly cupped, is a part of the move. So, part 1, dip on the knee. At the same time, the second part of the move is raising the arm up to about shoulder height. Always remember, only move your arm as far as you are easily able to do based on your breath and also on any signals that your shoulders may be sending you. But there is a third part to this move, and I draw your attention to the core abdominal muscles which you need to engage, because the third part of the move is that as you dip and raise your arm, you do a gentle turn from the waist as you breathe in, and then as you breathe out, the hand floats down, your knee comes back up, and you turn so that you're facing the front again. And then you do the same on the other side. It sounds complicated, but it's actually quite simple if you keep all the 3 elements in mind. And there is a logical reason for the 3 elements. If you just raise one hand up, you're quite liable to overbalance. And if you dip on one knee, the natural thing to do is to balance your body so you stay upright with the other arm. So you raise the arm up to balance the fact that you've dipped on the one knee, and obviously you're going to raise the opposite arm, because if you try to raise the arm on the same side, you're just going to overbalance. The turn from the waist means that you actually raise the hand so it's in front of the opposite shoulder. The turn from the waist actually drives the movement of your arm across your body. It looks as if you're raising your arm across your body, and you are, but the movement doesn't come from the shoulder, it comes from the waist. And if you are really, really practiced at Qigong, which I'm first to admit I'm not, I'm still practicing and getting to know more about it every day I do it, then it is the movement of the in-breath that actually causes the arm to move up in the first place. So the whole thing is in a way driven by the breath, with the movement of the knee, a slight turn of the hand, and the will and the turn of the waist, drawing the hand up. Don't get too bogged down in that sort of detail yet. I'm just putting that in to show you that Qigong isn't all about moving your arms. It's actually much more about what you do with the middle of your body, with these core abdominal muscles, and your legs, which people don't really realise are part of Qigong at all. Because when you think of Qigong, you think of people waving their arms around in strange patterns, which is what it is, but there's a little more to it than just that. So this move, as I say, 3 parts: dip on the knee, turn from the waist, and raising of the arm up. Now, when I teach this move in some of my classes, I will sometimes suggest instead of a ball, you're holding a balloon in your hand. Because this move is all about letting go. So it can be a helpful visualization to imagine that on your hand you've got a balloon that represents a feeling that you don't need, or a memory that isn't being helpful. So as you breathe in, you raise your hand up, and then as you breathe out, let your hand float down, and you can just imagine that balloon gently floating away. So I'll demonstrate the move on both sides one more time. So breathe in, dip on the knee, turn from the waist, raise the arm across the body. As you breathe out, the hand floats down, the knee comes back up, turn to face the front. Then do the same on the other side. As ever, it's really important to make sure that you don't move your arms further than you can manage in one gentle, easy breath, which is one normal turn. You need to pay attention to your shoulders, also to what your elbows and wrists want to do. It's entirely possible, although in an ideal world, you raise the whole hand up. All you're doing is just a bit of a bend in the elbow. That's fine if that's all you can do. It's not ideal. And whatever you do, don't lock your elbow. This is a very good move to envisage this idea of empty arms, so that your arms are free to just float up and respond to what your breath and your body are doing. Okay, so in a moment I will go on and we'll leave the normal demonstration of the first 4 moves of the Shibashi set, and then ending with the very final move, balancing the chi. And then I will be doing a mindfulness meditation. The mindfulness meditation is going to be a little bit different to normal this time. So I'd now like to invite you to get yourself into your space where you know that you've got plenty of room to fling your arms around. Ideally a space where you won't be disturbed, and ideally at a time when you know that you can have 20 minutes or so to yourself. So first of all, I'd like to invite you just to stand quite normally. And I'd like to start the session by bowing in. And step out into bear stance, feet to hip width apart, knees slightly bent, back straight, neck straight, Chin tucked in so that the crown of your head is pointing up at the sky. Engage your core abdominal muscles. Just for a moment, just stand and breathe. And get used to this position. Tune in. See what your body needs. Tune in and see what your mind needs. Send your awareness down to your feet and make sure that your weight is evenly distributed. And I'd like you to imagine that you're in a lift. And the lift car has walls made of glass. And you're looking out over the most beautiful scenery. With every out-breath, the lift gently floats down, floor by floor. Just let that lift slowly float down till it reaches the ground. And make sure your arms are hanging loosely by your sides. Gently turn your hands so that your palms are facing backwards. And then with your next in breath, slowly let your arms float up as far as they want to go. And as you breathe out, just let your arms float all the way down. And you move your arms as far as you can easily manage in one gentle, easy breath. And move your arms as high as your shoulders are prepared to let them go. Not about doing it perfectly, but doing it perfectly for you. Breathe in, let your arms float up. Breathe out, and they sink back down. And then last time for this move. Breathe out, and let your hands sink down. Then onto the second move, which starts a similar way, but then turn your palms in and let your hands spread out. As you breathe out, your hands float back in and back down. You can make a tiny move. Also your breath, that's fine. Breathe in, your hands float up and spread apart. As you breathe out, your hands float back in and back down. And then last time for this move. With your next in breath, bring the hands up, ready to paint rainbows. As you breathe out, sit slightly on your left knee and let your right arm uncurl. As you breathe in, everything comes back into the center. And then do the same on the other side. Breathe out. Dip on one knee, let the opposite arm uncurl, and as you breathe in, everything comes back to the center. Then last time for this move, breathe in, everything comes back to the center. Then turn your palms out as you breathe out, and let your hands sweep all the way down by your side. And on the in breath, just let your arms rise up again. breathe out, your hands sweep down. As you breathe in, your hands rise up. All quite okay, make the circles as big or as small as you're happy with, as big or as small as your breath and your shoulders will manage. And last time for this move. This time as you breathe out, let your hands come to rest in front of your abdomen with the palms facing up. And as you breathe in, imagine you feel around a small ball. As you breathe out, let your hands sink down. Be careful to take your hands no higher than your heart. Let this move nice and small. Breathe in, feel around the ball, breathe out, and just gently push it down. And then last time for this move, breathe out, bring your hands to rest in front of your abdomen. Stand for a moment, stand and breathe, and just let everything settle. Let your hands float down by your side, bring your left foot in towards your right, and bow out as you bow in. And then get yourself seated or lying, whatever works for you. Again, make sure that as far as possible you won't be disturbed. Now, mindfulness, as I say sometimes during meditation, isn't about clearing your mind. It's about being aware of what your mind is doing. And the idea is that if we're aware of what our minds are doing, we will be aware when our minds and our thoughts are going off down a road that is likely to be stressful or distressing or trigger some very strong emotion. And the thing is, you're the one thinking those thoughts, or in my case, I'm the one thinking those thoughts. But mindfulness not only teaches me helps me to notice what my thoughts are doing, but also teaches me techniques to help bring my thoughts back to something neutral. So, once you've got yourself comfortable, to start off with, I just want you to be aware of all the sounds that are coming to your ears. I don't want you to send your awareness out to find sounds. I just want you to notice all the sounds that are coming to your ears, whether they're from inside or outside the room. Obviously my voice is one of the sounds, but there could be traffic, clock ticking, maybe people's voices, dogs barking, birds singing. There can be so many noises. Just let them come naturally to your ears. Let go of any natural tendency to analyse or identify or to classify the sound. Just notice all the sounds that are coming into your ear. And then, can you let those sounds fade from your awareness? And bring your awareness to where your body is. Maybe sitting or lying, or it could even be standing if that's how you're most comfortable. But you're going to be touching something. Bed, a chair, a stool, a cushion. Maybe you're covered by a blanket. You will be touching something. I want you to be aware of everywhere that your body is being touched. Can you notice different textures? If you notice that part of you is uncomfortable, then feel free to adjust your position. Just notice the textures touching your body. Notice where your body makes contact with the bed, stool, cushion, chair, whatever it is. And then I want you to let your awareness move further in, so that you're aware of your breathing. I just want you to notice every in-breath and every out-breath. Let go of any tendency to wonder if you're noticing the right things or if other people are doing it better. There is no right thing to notice. The important thing is that you notice what you're noticing. Let your awareness rest in every in-breath and every out-breath, keeping your breath natural and calm. What is it that you notice about each breath? Do you notice air moving in your nose or throat? Do you notice muscles moving in your chest or in your abdomen? Whatever you notice is perfect for you. I just want you to notice what it is that you notice. If there's one part of your breath that you notice more than another, then just let your attention rest there. And if you can't notice something that I mentioned, then just register that that's about it. Now, it's quite normal for your mind to want to wander off. And so if you notice that your mind has wandered away and that you're thinking about other things, that's because you have a normal human mind. I don't want you to tick yourself off or to criticise yourself. When you notice that your mind has wandered off, I want you to congratulate yourself for noticing what your mind is doing. You can, if you wish, a mental post-it note on a mental memory board if there's something that you need to deal with later. But then let the thought go and bring your mind back to focusing on just this breath coming in, just this breath going out. Because whatever else is going on in your life, all that matters in this moment is just this breath. And then again, just this breath. Now I want you to let your attention move outwards once again so that you become aware of your body, where your body is, what your body is touching. And then again, let your attention spread even further, allowing sounds to reach your ears once more, becoming aware of the sounds that are around you. Still not judging or seeking for sounds, just becoming aware of the sounds that are naturally reaching your ears. And then become aware of the room and bring yourself back to normal awareness. Now that was a demonstration of a technique that's sometimes called the 3-minute mindfulness meditation, or the hourglass, because what happens is you start off being aware of what's going on around you, and then you gradually bring your focus in, and then let your focus gradually move out again, so it makes the shape of an hourglass. It's a useful technique to know because it doesn't need any special equipment, and it's something that you can actually do almost wherever you are. You can do it in a bath, in the office, obviously not when you're driving, because you should never do mindfulness when you're driving. But you can do it when you're walking in the park, or just sitting, anywhere where you realise that your thoughts are taking you down a path that you know is going to lead to you having really strong, possibly unpleasant emotions. You can do this quick meditations, quick technique, and literally you only need to spend a minute on each part. I spent longer today because I had longer. It's sometimes called a 3-minute meditation. So just let yourself be aware of what's going on around you, then gradually bring your awareness into your body and into your breath, and then just let your awareness spread out once more. The value of a technique like this is that by taking your thoughts away from the strong emotions that the thoughts are causing, you enable yourself to take a break from those thoughts or the stress chemicals that they generate around your body, so that you can just calm down and probably think a bit better. I don't know what you're like, but if I'm really highly emotional, my thought processes just go all to pot. And that's why these sorts of techniques are so helpful for helping you deal with stress, because literally they stop the stress response in its tracks. Okay, when you first try it, you're not always going to do it properly, but that's the whole point. You practice either with these videos or with other meditations that you can find online. You make that practice part of your daily routine, and that gives you at least once a day that your stress chemicals are being lowered. And because you've practiced, when you really need it, you can do something. Okay, Thank you very much for watching this video. It will be posted up in all the usual places. Can I just briefly remind you that I do have a Patreon page, and if you would like basically to double the amount of video time that you get with me, that is what is available to people who sponsor me on Patreon, and I'm only asking for $2 a month. And that money could also maybe go towards helping me get some better audio-visual equipment, because I am aware that the quality of these videos isn't quite up to what I would like. Feel free to share this video with anyone that you think might be interested or will benefit. If you have any feedback or any requests you'd like to make for what I cover in the meditation in the next session, you know how to contact me. Leave a comment under this video, or you PM me, or whatever. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next week.